All right. Gutter snipe. Is that some people say? Gutter snipe, a scruffy and badly behaved child who spends most of their time on the street. Also called a mud lark. Ragamuffin, scapegrace, wastrel, tatterdemalion? What? This is a serious show. It's extra, raw, uncensored, uncut, unedited. Welcome one and all, and none, to this week's newscast featuring highlights from the October 21st print edition of the Rio Blanco Herald Times. I'm your host, Lucas Turner, directing your attention to beer. Specifically, Oktoberfest beer. That's right, and all the activities that come along with it. Like this. That guy at the end there won the Stein Hold competition, at least one of them. There was also the beer chugging competition. Let's see that again. Oktoberfest attendees enjoyed locally crafted Oktoberfest brew, along with a number of other great beers. You can find more photos on the front page. And now, Soaker Park Pond improvements. Negotiations for a memorandum of understanding between the town of Meeker and the Recreation District are ongoing. As it stands, the Rec District wants to do another big project at Circle Park, or maybe another phase of a big project. Phase 3 of a project. Proposed improvements could cost around $1.2 million, estimated, to do in-channel river work, add new landscaping, paths, river entrance structures, and yada, yada, yada. Here's some plans. Here's some more plans. And while the best laid plans of mice and men are sometimes not the best laid plans, is that what that saying is supposed to mean? And the town of Meeker trustees aren't exactly super confident about the whole idea.
So the question really is, to what extent do we need to have a firm fix on the project to do this MOU?
Back up a little. Let's save some time here. We're way ahead of the game. We're not ready for this.
We can't take the river out of the discussion about fixing the park and the bank and the river and take the river out of the equation.
Are we saying 250 is our number and we're done? Or are we saying 250, maybe a little bit more?
That said, both the town and the Rec District have committed $250,000 each from their 2022 budgets toward the project. And staff from both entities plan to fill the remaining fund gap with grants,
and more grants.
You want to know more about it? Well, maybe you should have attended the meeting. Oh, wait, that's right, we did. So you don't have to. That's our motto. So you can read about those meetings in the paper this week. And that's on page 2. And in more things you may or may not be sick of hearing, but should probably still know, there are 72 active COVID cases in Rio Blanco County and 7 confirmed deaths. I'm not one of the active cases. RBC Public Health Director Alice Harvey noted in a stakeholder meeting Wednesday after press time that boosters will be rolling out quite soon. There has been an increase in breakthrough cases, primarily in people who did their first series early in December. ICU hospital bed capacity remains above 90% in the state. Hospital staff in Meeker and Rangeley chimed in during the stakeholder meeting. They are all having difficulty finding beds for very sick patients. Okay. So, question to you, the viewer. Do you want something mentioned in this newscast? Well, then you got to tell us about it. We're not omniscient. Community news requires community input. So please let us know what you're doing and what you want covered, and we will get you covered. In opinion, under opinion, on opinion, at opinion, preposition. Nikki Turner talks about the pursuit of happiness. Kay Sullivan plans her Christmas giving. RHS freshman Lillian Noel, gives her perspective on this year's homecoming events. Dolly Viscardi talks about her favorite places, and Joyce Rankin discusses the uptick in school board participation this year. You can also reread a letter from local law enforcement officer Phil Stubblefield on why he feels like the jail should remain. Some of our October 7th issues printed with a big old ink blob on top of the letter when we printed it the first time. And if you're eagle-eyed and extra special, you can catch our blooper of the week. Side note, I marked that mistake when I proofread the paper. I seen it. There was a technology problem, something with the technology that broke. That happened. Also happening, flu shots. Yes, it is that time of year, and Rio Blanco County is once again offering drive-through clinics the second and fourth Monday of the month at the fairgrounds in Meeker, and the second and fourth Thursday of the month at Public Health in Rangeley. And you may be saying, you said that too fast. I didn't get it. Can you say it again? And I'm going to say no, because one, this is the internet and you can rewind. And two, because you can go read it in the paper. Go read it in the paper. Lots of accomplishments by local athletes this week. The Meeker softball team is headed to state. Both the Cowboy and Panther football teams are looking for league championship wins this week. Meeker volleyball cinched their top spot in their league, and Rangeley came away with some wins from matches this week, too. Rio Blanco County Harriers are running toward the season finish line with regionals in Delta this weekend, hosted by the Rangeley Panthers. For all things sports, check out pages 8 and 9 of this week's paper and the Coffee with Coaches podcast. Final redistricting maps have been submitted to the Colorado Supreme Court for approval. This is indicating seriousness. The court has until November 15th to approve maps or send them back for revisions. Lastly, have you noticed the list of delinquent taxpayers? Because we sure have. It will be in one more week, and now's your chance to make sure you're squared up. One more reason reading the legal notices every week is extra important. See what I did there? There's so much more in this week's edition, in print and online, just for you. Informed citizens are the best citizens. So thank you for supporting community journalism. Oh, and one last thing, a bit of a shameless self-promotion here. We're starting a new thing. And by thing, I mean a newsletter. First a newspaper, then a newscast, now a newsletter.
Soon our infinity gauntlet of news content will be complete.
So if you'd like to participate in that, join us. If you're not on our mailing list already, you can do that somewhere or something. Somehow. Cool? Cool. Oh, there's a way you can do it on our website. All right, that's all of it. Get out of here. Go on. Go on, skedaddle. Be gone. And thanks for supporting community journalism. But get off my lawn.